Well, it's noon here in Bethesda, Maryland, and this is Wednesday, November 9th, and this is news that you can use from YAA with your hosts, the one-eyed man himself, Zach, and Ray. How are you feeling today, Zach?
I'm not well.
By the way, you're supposed to get dressed before the show, not during the show.
How's the audio? Is it coming in? Is it coming in okay? I'm concerned about audio this morning for whatever reason. So please let us know in the chat. We're going to be joined in a moment here, probably in about 5 minutes, by Marcello over with Toyota World. He's got an awesome YouTube channel, All Things Toyota. So we're going to be talking about that. He's going to give us his insight from Toyota as well. I need someone in the chat. Please let me know about audio, and then we will. Audio's good? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Audio's
everyone.
good.
All right, Dad.
Yes.
So here's the deal. Let's cue it up before Marcello joins us. That's not a fun joke. That is not a cool joke. You cannot comment no audio when everyone else is telling me the audio. That's not. Do you see this? I can't take it, man. I can't take it. Let's kick things off, Dad, with the news stories surrounding Toyota. Kind of cue up the conversation before. Man, rough day. All right, give me a second, guys. Give me a second.
Yeah.
There we go. Before Marcello joins us, Dad. So it was just a couple weeks ago that Toyota put out some good news, which was their output was actually up for their most recent quarter, 30% year over year. However, their projection for the following year, it was going down because of part shortages. So Toyota has been plagued over the past few, we'll say 18 months with the part shortage. That's no breaking news, correct?
Well, we don't really break news here, but yeah, we break wind occasionally, but we very rarely break news.
All right. And then, Dad, we had Toyota come out with their quarterly earnings. And when we had that, of course, we learned they actually, had done pretty well in terms of year over year getting more vehicles out the door. But we've seen their sales go down pretty significantly over the past few years. This is a direct result of producing fewer vehicles. Incentives at Toyota are down 62% to less than $800 per vehicle. And the average transaction price for a Toyota of all vehicles has topped $40,000 for the first time ever. The average transaction price was $40,635 last quarter for a Toyota. So makes sense. Supply has gone down. Demand has stayed pretty healthy for Toyota, and that means prices have shot up significantly.
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. So with all of that in mind, Dad, you start to look at inventory levels for a manufacturer like Toyota relative to their peers, and I'll pull it up on the screen here for everyone. We love the data over at 4eyes. Let me get rid of this thing. There we go. And we can see, Dad, there are some automakers, like Honda, for example, who are struggling even more. But if you look at Toyota, their inventory levels from April of 2020 to October of 2022 are down over 50%. Not nearly as bad as Honda, whose inventory levels are down 76%. But it makes sense why Toyota prices have cratered as much as, or have increased as much as they have. It's simply a result of supply and demand. And there's no indication that it's going to be getting better anytime soon, unfortunately.
I think there's a minor indication that it's going to get slightly better. But I don't think it's going to get significantly better. They have downgraded their forecasts for production. They had wanted to reach like 9.7 million cars produced for this fiscal year, and their fiscal year runs through March 31st. And they've downgraded that number to, I think, 9.1 million. So they're not expecting to see significant increases in the amount of cars that they're going to produce for the remainder of this fiscal year. But even though the projections are less than what they had hoped, it's probably more cars than what they had done prior. So I think we'll see some increases in.
And look at this comment from Jerry, Pops. So Jerry's on the team over here at YAA, working directly with our community, helping them get car deals. There are dealers who are now carrying inventory again. Mountain State Toyota in Denver has 135 available on ground, in transit, and pipeline. That's huge relative to where they were. So they're definitely working towards getting more inventory.
Yes. So I think we'll see inventory levels increase slightly, but not significantly.
I think you're probably spot on, Pops. Now, Dad.
Yes.
If you were to, I don't know, say, let someone join us here on the show, you'd probably do something like this.
Pops, I think someone's at the door. Can you let him in?
I think we should.
Hey, Marcello from Toyota World here with us. Can you hear us all right, Marcello?
Hey guys, I am here. I am live. Yes, I can hear you.
Pops, do you have audio okay?
I do. I just find it funny that he actually drove up to the door to knock on it.
Yeah, I got your address.
Right guy. Marcello, thanks for joining us. We've got, just so everyone knows, Marcello's YouTube channel is the first link in the description down below. You definitely need to check that out. Leon says audio just went out. I don't think the audio should have gone out. I think we're okay. Let us know. But Pops, we are so thrilled to have Marcello here with us. Marcello, can you introduce yourself really quickly to the community?
Hey everyone, my name is Marcello and I do operate the Toyota World YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. I am a seasoned veteran sales manager. Yes, I said veteran. Not a lot of gray hair, but it's coming. Sales manager here at Maple Toyota, and that is in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, and here I am to answer some questions and talk about what's going on.
You, if I may, Marcello, you do look a little grayer this time around than the last time you were on the show, and I think that was only like 3 or 4 months ago.
I know. You know what? My hairdresser's been away, so I need a haircut. No time to shave. So hopefully the next time I'll have gone through the car wash. Look a little cleaner for you.
I think you look rugged. I absolutely love it. Marcello, we were just kicking off the show running through the latest information about what's going on at Toyota. So obviously we had last quarter a 30% increase in output. That was great news for Toyota. But then recently we've seen the headlines about the annual forecast going down. Last time we chatted with you, if I remember correctly, and go back and watch our other Toyota conversations with Marcello on the Rainsack channel, last time we had a conversation, there were folks waiting up to 18 months, 2 years for certain vehicles. What's the lay of the land? What are you seeing at your dealership? What's going on in terms of inventory and availability for customers?
Yeah. So guys, it's the same thing. Nothing's changed really in the realm of wait times in terms of getting better. We still have some vehicles that we're not really taking many orders on because of that, because we don't have any kind of crystal ball to say when it will come. We still have a lot of vehicles that are taking up to 12 months, 15 months, 18 months. Now, granted, a lot of that is hybrid. A lot of the non-hybrid stuff is coming a little bit quicker than that, but the wait times are still there. Definitely. Yeah, they're still there.
Has your on-hand inventory levels increased at all for the new cars?
No, it honestly, it hasn't. It hasn't. I want to say yes, but then I'd be speaking to pre-owned only. We've been doing a good job kind of buying some pre-owned stuff from guys and other customers and that. But on the new car side, no.
In the States, we've seen a softening in the market, both for new cars and pre-owned cars.
Yeah.
And we attribute it to a couple of things, inflation being one, rising interest rates being another, and just an affordability issue, so that many people who might have been in the market have suddenly taken themselves out of the market. Are you seeing the same type of things up there in Canada?
Yeah, you know what? It's funny you say that, and it's interesting to know that we're kind of seeing the same thing. Probably in September, right around when we got a pretty nasty rate hike from our government and from our banks, is when we saw a little bit of the sizzle kind of calm down a bit. Like the showrooms were still full, but not that full. The demand did drop a bit, and we're still seeing that. It's very calm right now. We're still selling, a great amount of vehicles, but the excitement and hype seems to have kind of sizzled a bit. And yes, I think it has a lot to do with interest rates for sure. Rates have gone up here as well. I think it has to do with the scare or the discussion of the possible future recession that everyone's talking about. I think people are just taking a step back and saying, okay, I don't really need it. Let me wait. Let me see what's going on. But yeah, we've noticed it's softened up a bit. We have noticed, yeah.
So the markets are similar both in the United States and Canada in reality.
Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it right now. Yeah, even for pre-owned vehicles, before we'd see customers come in for a new car and say, I can't wait that long. Let me flip on to the used. And that was kind of an easy transition. Now it's not so much an easy transition. We're finding ourselves sitting on pre-owned vehicles a little bit longer, having to get a little bit more creative in terms of marketing them and making sure we do proper photos of them and stuff like that to make sure they're getting out there. So yeah, we're adjusting though. Nothing earth-shattering in terms of changes.
So I'm curious, Marcello. You're saying that things have stayed pretty similar. However, we've heard, like Jerry just mentioned here, there's a dealership here in the States that has 135 vehicles in inventory or actually in the pipeline. Yeah, exactly. Right. So do you think wait, I'll pull it up. Give me a second. I think it was Mountain State. Yeah, here it is. Look at this. Mountain State Toyota in Denver has 135 available on ground, in transit, and pipeline.
Available.
Can you please share? Yeah, I know. Can you please share a little perspective? Because that is not necessarily what every dealership is experiencing. If you could get your hands on that many vehicles, I'm sure you'd be happy to do that. You're still in a place where your Toyota factory rep, you're still trying to get inventory, right? I just want to be crystal clear that aspect hasn't materially improved, even if we're finding some dealers out there who might have a bit more inventory.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. Is that a Toyota store?
Yeah.
No. That's a Toyota store. Wow. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, we're not in that boat. I don't think we're going to be in that boat for a while. So, guys, we have, I don't know exactly. We probably have about 200 vehicles right now in our system that are en route to come to us between this month, next month, and next month, and next month. But they're 99% all pre-sold and tagged for deals that happened in the past. I don't think I had really anything that's available in my pipeline to come in. And that's why I asked if it's a Toyota store, because learning that it's a Toyota store is, it goes back to Canada being a little bit of a smaller giant than something like the US. Clearly, Toyota in Japan or whatever it is knows their algorithms of who to send more vehicles to.
Yeah.
I can't think that there's any dealer in Canada, for sure in Ontario, which is our province, that isn't anywhere close of a shape like that. Yeah.
Now, your pipeline is what, 90 days or 120 days? What is it?
You know what? You can push it to 120 days with, some of those rough ETAs that are out there. Like, we've got stuff on our pipeline that should land in February, but nothing really past that.
And as you say, 99% of what's in the pipeline is already pre-sold.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just now one of the things that we're seeing here is that the average car payments have gone up, and for obvious reasons, the price of the cars have gone up.
Yeah.
And interest rates have gone up. So
Yeah.
I believe in the States right now, the average payment on a new car loan is like $730 a month, and the average loan term is 70 months. I would just call it 72 months. It's 6 years. Have you seen resistance in your market to the higher interest and the higher payments, monthly payments?
Yeah, so our market in general, like locally to us, they're more of a payment buyer, but yeah, the payments have gone up, the prices have gone up. I posted something about a week ago or so with the price release of the Toyota RAV4, which is like our bread and butter, both hybrid and non-hybrid. The prices went up, but not crazy. They went up within about $1,000 plus minus. But rates, yeah, we've got rates that are like, I don't know about you guys there, but right now to lease or finance certain Toyotas, it's posted like 8-point-something%, and that's from the manufacturer. Now, granted, they're in line with a lot of the other manufacturers, but yeah, payments have gone up for sure. We are seeing a little bit of resistance, but at the same time, we're not, because I think Toyota's timing with these rise in payments, at least for us here in Canada, was very much in line and good timing with what's been released. If it was the other way around, where Toyota came out in, let's say, July and said, hey, these rates are all going from 4% to 7 or 8%, we would have been ghost town in the showroom, right? But Toyota's been holding their ground since pretty much the last month or so is when we really saw the increases come up. So not too much shock, a little bit of resistance, yes, but not too much of a shock, no. You don't really get customers walking in expecting a 1.9% anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Marcello, last time we talked, we had a bit of a discussion about, is this the new normal? And I've seen some comments come in to the chat here, and thank you everyone that's here with us. I've seen some comments come through saying, if Toyota's doing this on purpose, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to go somewhere else. And I'm going to frame this question around the fact that it seems like a few brands, namely Stellantis, so Jeep and Dodge and Ram, they have been flooding the market, at least here in the States, with inventory versus pretty much all of their peers, especially the Asian brands out there. So I guess it's a two-part question. One, do you think there's any intention coming from Toyota and other automakers to restrict inventory to keep this the way that it currently has been? And the second part of that question is, do you think brands like Stellantis will force us back to where we were before with like lots full of cars, selling vehicles below MSRP at invoice, things like that?
No. So thanks for that. Whoever asked that question, that's great, because it's funny. I had a customer that came in to see me about a week ago talking about why he's still waiting for his vehicle. And he referenced exactly this. He said, I remember he referenced the Rolex. He said, if you go inside a Rolex store and you try to buy a Rolex, you got to pay X amount of dollars and you're on a waiting list for 2 years. And he scratched his head, and I knew where he was going with this. And I said, hold it. I said, you got to understand, this is bigger than all of us, this issue. This is a real issue. So I don't know about you guys in the States, but right now in Toyota Canada, we're getting shipment of vehicles with one key fob.
I did see that. Yeah.
You guys have that?
Yeah. It's happening here too.
Guys, the problem is real. No, I definitely do not feel for any percentage, even a 1% chance that Toyota and all these other brands like Honda and that are doing this deliberately. I don't really see the advantage, because you got to understand it's causing a lot of work for them. I know that Toyota has teams that they didn't have before that they need to create in order to solve all these problems, right? They've got teams looking for different resources, different suppliers, going out to factories, seeing what's the problem. You've got the Toyota Canada phone number blowing up because there's customers that want to know, hey, what's going on, right? Yeah. I don't think that any company like Toyota would ever want this. I mean, they're in the business of producing and wholesaling vehicles to dealerships so that those dealerships can then create a customer and sell a vehicle, right? I don't see this as being a deliberate thing, no.
No, I agree with you. I think in the reality is that manufacturers like Toyota and Nissan and whoever, I mean, they're in the manufacturing business. They want to manufacture as many products or vehicles as they possibly can.
That's their business model.
Yes. Now, that's not to say that they haven't opened their eyes to the idea of, if we can constrain manufacturing to a certain degree, and by a certain degree, I mean, just a tiny percentage cut of your overall production, not a major cut in your production. They can see where that is both beneficial to the dealer, because the dealer gets to charge more. And it's also beneficial to them because they spend less money in incentives. But I don't see where a major manufacturer is going to, really cut back production to the point that their plants are only operating at 50% of capacity.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Like, I remember back in the days of 2014, 15, 16, 17, even, we'd have cars that were on ground for 300, 400 days, like new in-stock vehicles, right? For whatever reason, there was a lot of them, or there was no demand for that one. I think this really made the manufacturers think a little bit differently, maybe be a little bit more proactive in dealing with things like that, like aging inventory and stuff. Like, I'm sure Toyota and Honda and all these brands don't ever want to see the days where there's 200, 300, 400 vehicles parked on dealership lots just sitting and kind of waiting idle there. But I also know that they don't want this either, right? I think there's going to be a happy median where you can go in, order a vehicle, get it in a reasonable amount of time, and then you're gone. That's what I think might come out of this.
Do you guys mind if we jump to the chat? There's so many great questions that have come in.
Yeah,
you're the director.
All right, J-Mac has a question for you, Marcello. Are you seeing delays in getting parts for vehicle repairs?
Oh, guys, we have a body shop in-house. And this poor guy, and when I say poor guy, I mean our body shop manager, there are so many vehicles waiting to get repaired that we can't even park them on our lot. They're in our basement of our Lexus store. Like
Wow.
bumpers for Corolla Crosses, hoods, tailgates, like little pieces. We've had a couple theft recovery vehicles get brought to us from tow trucks and insurance companies. They're just sitting there. Getting parts right now is pretty much like at least if I sell a vehicle, I can give you some kind of ETA. Getting a lot of parts right now, there's no ETA. Like there's no ETA. Yeah.
LJMJ wants to know, we got to have Toyota-thon this Christmas season, this holiday season. Do you think there's a December to remember and Toyota-thon? Have they just already allocated the ad spend? Like, what do you think, Marcello? What do you think?
Yeah, they're still going on with their thrust periods. Like we had I don't know if you guys have, but we had the red tag days. We had the time to Toyota. Listen, you still got to get out there as a company and market yourself and brand yourself. Do you have much to say in the terms of deals? No, but you that doesn't mean that you stop. Do I think there'll be a Toyota-thon? Probably, but it'll just be a communication of the brand getting out there and kind of just subconsciously putting that brand in your head, right?
Marketing. Love it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Bangkok wants to know what car you're sitting in, Marcello.
I'm driving a 2022 Highlander XSE demo with 2 car seats and about 6,300 kilometers on it right now. You can convert that to miles, and this will be available for sale probably in the next few weeks.
You going to take the car seats out?
I will. Yes, I will. What will I be putting them in? I have no idea. We've got to find a vehicle because that's another thing. Getting demos for employees has become a huge struggle as well. So
I'm sure.
Are you putting more employees in pre-owned vehicles?
No, we're actually putting more employees in their own vehicles. To be honest, we're trying. We're trying to cut back on demos. Period. And this has been an initiative from before all this, just because of liability and that. But now we're really trying to get the guys to just grab their own vehicle somehow.
Hey, Marcello, do we have time for 2 more questions for you?
Yeah, let's do it.
And again, top link in the description, Toyota World. Go check out Marcello's channel. We can't recommend him enough. New versus used on a Toyota right now. What's the better value? What are you telling folks, new or used?
New if you can wait. New if you can wait. I know a lot of customers can't because they're in a severity issue where they had a vehicle written off in August and it's going to be another 6 months before they can get something. So you need you got to look at your options. Do you rent a car for $3,000 a month, or do you, finance a pre-owned, take a little bit of a depreciation hit, and then it'll cost you less over the whole term, but at least you're driving your own wheels, right? Depends your situation, but if you can wait, I would always go for new.
Final question for you, Marcello, and then Pops, if you have any parting shots. Bob has a great question.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on Toyota's quality before versus after the pandemic? Have you noticed anything? And I think this is a great question because we've seen other automakers, namely Ford, Hyundai, Kia, they've come out and just outright said, we have taken a hit in terms of the quality of our vehicles. There's more warranty work, things like that. How do you feel the quality of Toyota vehicles has held up?
I think it's gotten better, guys. Like there's been times. So here's the thing. I think this question goes back to the wait times of Toyotas. So there's times then a vehicle will get lined off from the factory and then it'll sit before it gets shipped to the store, sometimes for 3 days, sometimes for 3 weeks. Usually when the vehicles sit, they're going through like quality inspections and stuff like that. And that happens a lot. We got delays and we get vehicles that we thought would be here in a day or in a week, and they're here in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And whenever we go back to reference it, it's usually due to quality control and inspections and stuff like that. I haven't seen anything. No, I haven't seen bumpers sideways. I haven't seen clips not put in. I haven't seen little peels in the paint. All these things that I know working in the business for 15 years as defects, I haven't seen yet. No.
That's awesome to hear.
It is. Well, I know you're busy and you have a store to run.
Yes.
No worries.
So we'll let you get back to that.
Cool.
I wanted to say thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, guys.
I wish you continued success, and that I just hope you hit the cover off the ball the remainder of the year.
Yeah, I hope I get a haircut soon. That's all.
I want to leave you with this, Marcello.
Ah.
99% of the cars are already sold, but come into Toyotathon and decide. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going to be a
yeah.
weird month for you. It's going to be a weird month.
Pre-order. Yeah.
Marcello, thanks for being here again. Toyota World on social
Thanks,
media
guys.
here on YouTube as well. We always love having you. Thanks, Marcello.
All right, guys. Have a
Take
good
care.
weekend, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye-bye. What a great guy.
That's awesome, man.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I guess I can take my
Yeah,
earbud
yeah,
out
yeah.
now. Yeah, I don't need that because I'm just talking to you now.
It's just you and me, man.
Oh my God! But I will need my hearing aids.
Leave it alone, though. Don't touch it. I don't know if it'll break something. Just
I won't touch it.
wow. Good insights from Marcello. So we've seen in the inventory data, and we even titled today, Toyota seriously has no more cars,
Yeah.
major update. Well, the major update is that at Toyota, and you can also lump Hyundai, Kia, and Honda in there, nothing's really changed.
Yeah.
I think the indicators are there, though. We're seeing fleet sales start to come back a little bit. So productivity is getting better. But at the same time, on the retail side, you heard what Marcello said. There's people still waiting upwards of a year to get a car.
Or more.
Yeah.
Or more.
It's not going to change anytime soon.
No, and let's face it. Melissa's in the house. Let's face it. The U.S. market is a bigger market for Toyota than Canada is. So the U.S. market is a bit more of a priority, and is going to get a few more cars than they're going to get up in Canada. So, but it's interesting that they run into some of the same issues and marketing conditions there that we have here.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Interesting
Good insights.
Interesting insight from one of our community members. Hey, Zach, side note, Carvana is sending me price drop emails like crazy. Toyotas, too. Can't be too surprised. I'm reading the comments on today's video over on the YAA channel. Prices aren't dropping near me. You're wrong. You're a troll. You're just trying to be mean to us. Like, prices are dropping. Even at Carvana and CarMax, prices are dropping across the board on the used car side. You're going to go try and buy a new Toyota. Yeah, please do not be surprised if it's going to still be expensive. That being said, we are still seeing some deals. Like I saw Tacoma deal under MSRP recently. Like it's certainly happening.
Yeah. And Daniel wants to know why I hit you.
No one has hit me. I have this weird eye infection. I hope it goes away soon.
Yeah.
Pops, I also want to pull up here from Moji.
Yeah.
I learned to get my own financing from my credit union and relentlessly go for the out the door price because of your videos. And Monday I picked up my Prius Prime. Thank you guys so much. It's off topic, but I wanted to mention it. Yeah, we are so proud of Moji.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we do.
Yes. Moji deserves the Ray Shefska stamp of approval or something along those
Well, when you
lines.
put me on the spot like that, I can't always deliver. Pops, I want to let everyone know in on a little secret here. We updated the joinyaa.com website. When you now go to the membership page, we have
Yes.
made it more clear what our membership plans are. You can become a free member, get our email newsletter, get Deal School 2.0, communicate on the community forum, all that fun stuff. The YAA membership, the car buying program, that's a one-time 3-month program. Will help you buy your car, will help you negotiate your trade-in as well. And then YAA Plus, it's everything that you know and love on the car buying side of things, plus maintenance and repair discounts and members-only pricing on insurance and warranties. And if you're like, Zach, what does that mean? Boom! We got a table, baby. We got a table.
Yeah, it's got 4 legs.
It's got 4 legs. It's like a stool, an emotional.
Okay, really there's only 3 legs.
3 legs,
but they're set up in the proper fashion.
If you use the code YouTube, that'll get you 20% off when you join YAA. All right, Dad.
Yeah.
Any parting shots before we call it a show?
No, I think you should. I think it's time for another hot compress.
I think I look good.
Well, I think this is the 3rd day this week that I'm carrying the show looks wise.
Yeah,
but,
you are.
Yeah, but your eye is really swollen. Your face is swollen.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can get this cleared up soon.
Fingers crossed, man. We would like to start filming Deal School 3.0, which will be
Yes.
coming out later this month or beginning of next month, all about how to get the best car deal here at the end of the year, especially since used cars are negotiable, all that fun stuff. But I'm a little apprehensive to film Deal School 3.0 right now.
I think we have to wait. Yeah, I really do. I think we have to wait till the eye gets cleared up. In the meantime, we will be back here again tomorrow, folks, at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, also known as Pacific, with more news that you can use from YAA. So we want to thank you for being here today. We
Thank
look
you,
forward-
Marcello, as well.
Thank you, Marcello, as well for being here today. And we look forward to seeing all of you and many, many more back here tomorrow at noon.
See you guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.